Good morning students. In today's class we are going to see cyber security. This is going to be the last topic in this module. What is meant by a cyber security, how it is going to be important in smart grid implementation, what are the different possible operations for improving the methodology and for the other users. So all these topics we are going to cover in this particular session. First is going to be the smart grid cyber security. So what is meant by a cyber security? It is the concept that become increasingly prevalent with the development of the smart grid technology with the increased use of digital information and control technology. Why the cyber security is important in the sense we need to we have to improve the reliability, security, efficiency of the grid and the deployment in the smart grid. So why it is important in the sense it is implemented in the smart grid. The cyber security has to be implemented in the smart grid in order to have a real-time automated interactive technologies that will optimize the physical operation of the appliances and other consumer devices. From where we will be taking this real-time data? From the smart meters whatever we have connected. So for metering purpose, communications concerning about the grid operation and status and distribution automation status. So all these concepts will be coming under the concept of your security. So it is going to be the prevalent increasing technology, that is prevalent technology that is used in the development of your smart grid to increase the use of your digital information and the control technology. Smart grid cyber security. The interaction of the power, communication and information networks are critical to facilitating the resiliency and sustainability of the infrastructures, which further enhance the provision of adequate power and support economic and social growth of the nation. So when you are going, if you wanted to have the communication, if you wanted to transfer the data from one side to the third party, then you have to provide a proper security towards that data transformation. While transmitting, we have to consider the resiliency and sustainability of the infrastructure, where it is going to provide an adequate information with respect to the adequate power and support economic and social growth of the nation. Many technologies are available to share the information. Here the technologies are developed for the maintenance of the system, network, data and SCADA security while conducting vulnerability assessment, incident recognition, recording, reporting and recovery. Protection of your network data as well as web-based or stored data can be conducted. So what technology can be implemented in order to maintain the security in the sense? We have a different technology and protocols. So what this technology and protocols will do in the sense, it will maintain the system network properly, data transmission can be done properly, it will provide a full security for the data acquisition and transmission system without and data vulnerability assessment will be checked, incident recognition can be done, recording can be done, reporting can be done if for any malfunction, and recovering the data if any data is lost, and protecting the network data over a cloud computing, like over the cloud your complete data will be secured. Smart grid cyber, what is the state of art in case of your cyber security in the sense? It is a critical priority of the smart grid development. However, the cyber security requirements for the smart grid are in considerable state of flux. Now next, your cyber security includes the measure to ensure the confidentiality, integrity and availability of the electronic information that seems to be necessary for the management and protection of your smart grid energy information technology and telecommunication infrastructure. So whatever you are going to do it with the cyber security technology, it will measure the data, ensuring full confidentiality, integrity and availability of the electronic communication system. So why all these data is required in the sense? In order to have a data management system and a complete protection against the data that has been received and data that has been transmitted. So proper telecommunication infrastructure needs to be provided with a sufficient protocols. This infrastructure will include information and communication system and the services required to transmit and receive the data from either from your smart grid or to the smart grid. We need to receive the data from third party, or we have to supply information to the third parties. What is the strategy used for smart grid cyber security? So the strategy, we need to use a roadmap. The roadmap will follow certain standards. The standard could be NIST, IEEE, IAST, IATE. So like this, different standards are discussed in the previous session. According to the standards, a roadmap needs to be framed, and we need to see to that the roadmap for what functions or for what benefit the standard has been framed. According to that, we need to frame a new standard incorporating the functionality and the data flow with a particular attention to their similarity and the differences. Identification of relevant threats and the consequences impacts if confidentiality, integrity, availability or accountability of the system data flows are compromised. Then what are the facts of the cyber security? The facts of the cyber security is going to be the security assessment and hardening of the existing system, vulnerability assessment, disaster recovery, intrusion detection, incident response, event logging, aggression and correlation. And these are all some of the threats that is facing in your electric power system. Impact, location of origination of the threat, target, point of attack, duration of damage, occurrence and restoration. So the traditional threats faced by your legacy system is going to be direct damage, locals, individuals, single site, immediate damage causing any obvious damage, restoration after attack. Threats faced by the new system is going to be your indirect damage to physical asset by means of your software system, local or remote in case of your location of origination of the threat. In case of your target, it is going to be your individuals, competitors and organization. Multiple points simultaneously. The attack can happen at the multiple points. Attack may be undetected or lie dormant and then be triggered later. In case of your duration of the damage, for occurrence, in case of your new system, it is going to be continuously damaged associated with the attack. Attacker may have a continuous impact preventing your restoration. These are all the threats that is faced in our present electric system. What are the risks available in the cyber security risk? In the sense, it is going to appear in each phase of your project life cycle, and it include risk to the managerial, operational and technical process. It is not only with respect to the power theft. Security risk, in the sense, we are not supposed to focus only on the power theft. We have to identify if any malfunction has been done by the connected equipment, if any malfunction is happening with the written algorithm, with the present computational tool, whether any malfunction is happening. So all these details has to be taken into account when you are considering the cyber security risk. Therefore, cyber security risk will focus on the risk towards your managerial, operational and technical process. And also, these risks may impact the equipment and system, network management and integration, communication, control and operation and system availability. So as we have discussed, all the parameters like controlling equipment, communication equipment, integrating equipment, that is integration when it will happen in the sense when we are going to integrate the smart grid with the when we are going to integrate the renewable energy resources with the conventional source, any other threat can happen while integrating, whether the power is getting integrated properly, whether the synchronization is happening with the connected grid, whether the point of common coupling point is receiving the right amount of power, whether it is connected properly to the load. So all these parameters needs to be taken into account and it has to be considered as a risk. The primary component that may be vulnerable to security risk will include IT applications, communication network and endpoint. For example, when you are using a metering, smart meters for displaying your temperature, for displaying the furnace temperature, for displaying your solar panel voltage, solar panel current, for displaying the maximum amount of power. So we need to see the meter reading, whether it is giving a proper we have before we install a smart meter, we have to do a calibration for the meter, and the same records needs to be maintained. Then only we can identify the risk that is happening with respect to the component controlling part. There is also a substantial risk to the integrity of the data and control command due to the exchange of information through publicly accessible equipment like smart meters over the air communication technology, then wireless or radio frequency, which may be intercepted and altered if not properly secured. Here you have different types of communication technology. One is going to be the narrowband communication technology or wideband communication technology. We have to see to that what is the range of frequency of operation when it is going to communicate from your source end to the destination end. What type of protocol we are going to use, whether that protocol supports this type of communication, whether the bandwidth is supported by the installed protocol. So all these risks needs to be considered when we are going to install that cyber security system. Trade-off of considered in cybersecurity risk is going to be other business or non-functional requirements, performance, usability, upgradability, adaptability, effectiveness, efficiency, confidentiality, integrity, availability, compliance, and reliability. So these are all some of the factors that needs to be put under the concern of your trade-off in cybersecurity risk. So when we are designing a cybersecurity system, we have to consider all these parameters are the performance is better, usability, like it should be flexible, it has to be adaptable, efficiency has to be better, system performance, compliance should not be there, reliability should be there, and it has to be available at all times. So when we design this cybersecurity system, we have to take all these parameters into account, and we have to see to that it meets all the trade-off. System constraints. What are the system constraints when we are developing the security requirement? So the system constraints is going to be computational, networking, storage, power, personal, financial, temporal, technology, availability, maturity, integration or interoperability. The next system constraints to be is nothing but your life cycle, interconnectedness of infrastructure, applications, information, infrastructure and people. So we need to consider all these system constraints when we are going to develop a security system. Cybersecurity concerns associated with AMI. AMI is nothing but advanced measuring instrument, and AMI is the convergence of the power grid, the communication infrastructure and the supporting information infrastructure. This particular system is constituted with the collection, this particular system is the collection of your software and hardware operator and the information that has the application for billing, customer service and support and electrical distribution. So all these parameters will be considered in case is the major concern when you are going to associate your cyber security with the advanced metering infrastructure. This application we have associated with the cyber security concerns as summarized in the table. In the following table it has been summarized. You can see the table over here where the application like market application, customer application, distributed system application has been taken into account. Suppose if you consider the market application building, here the confidentiality of your privacy of the customer data, signal and location of the data. What is the power consumed by the customer, how far they are utilizing the data, whether they are utilizing it at the right power factor, if not, what is the measures it has been taken, and whether the meter is integrated properly, whether the meter is running properly or any malfunction is happening in the meter. Signals for the message and location and temper indication, availability of the meter data. So when you take a market application and billing, the cyber security concerns are going to be the confidentiality, integrity, availability. And when you take your customer application, the cyber security concerns are going to be confidentiality, integrity, meter data, availability. Similarly, when you consider the distribution system, the cyber security concerns are going to be the availability of your system data and customer service, integrity of your control messaging and messaging information, confidentiality towards the information sharing and information receiving. So when the other concerns that has been associated with the AMI is going to be the development of the security domain for AMI system has to be addressed, bounding all the complexity that is available in the system. So you have to consider all the complexity of the system installed, and then you have to go for your security. Now we have one more table that define the AMI security domain description. AMI security domain description, in the sense it will be having a security domain description only for advanced metering structure. There it includes utility edge services, premise edge services, communication services, management services, automation services, and business services. Mitigation approach to cybersecurity risk. First is going to be identifying and classifying the information that needs to be protected. It is not mandatory that all data needs to be protected. Certain data can be shared without any authentication. So likewise, we have to identify what data could be shared with the third parties without any authentication, or what are the data that has to be protected. Suppose if you are keeping the data in an open source, there may be chances for the people to hack the data, and they can utilize that particular data for the development of their smart grid implementation. So certain data has to be protected from the system. So we need to identify and classify the information which needs to be protected, and proper security needs to be given to the data that has not to be shared. Reviewing the proposed security architecture. After implementing the security architecture for the data, that has to be tested, and it has to be assessed by the Department of Energy people. Once they give the validation stating that it is right form of implementing the security, then we can go for constructing the cyber security for the same, for such type of data. In case if I wanted to include some other data to also be included in the security list, then the Department of Energy people will give the list that has to be added with the present system, and we can upgrade it to the present system so that it will meet the security standards. Testing the security control during the test and installation phase. Mitigation approach to cyber security risk comprises of obtaining an independent assessment of the security posture before deployment, developing a remediation plan to mitigate the risk for the identified vulnerability, installing a system with built-in management, operational and security controls, monitoring periodically, assessing the effectiveness of the security control, migrating to appropriate security upgrades as a security standard and products mature. Some more points under mitigating the approach to your cyber security are going to be monitoring your communication channel, monitoring the data. It is not only the regular data, it is going to be the spike data from the smart meter we are going to monitor. Then ensuring that the network is synchronized and within a given time frame to detect the tampering, potential problems and device failure. Penetration testing will be performed using the latest hacking technique to attempt to break into the system, identifying the possible vulnerability and remotely validating the authenticity of the software running in the meter. So all these points have been discussed in detail in the previous slides. Now, what are the possible operations for improving the methodology for the other users? The first is going to be every communication path should support the monitoring and control of the smart grid in two-way communication path. If it is going to be only one way, then whatever information we have shared, the other people will receive it, but we will not come to know whether it is working it properly on the other side. Whether the data, whatever we have transferred, they could able to see whether the data what we provided is fully authenticated, is fully protected. So all these things can be identified only when we are having a monitoring and control system if you have a two-way communication path. Each path is a potential attack path for a knowledgeable attacker. There are many potential entries point physically unprotected. Wireless network, you can transmit the data either by means of a wire or by means of a wireless system. If you are going to use a wireless system, then it can be easily monitored by attackers. Wireless system The attackers can monitor it easily and may be susceptible in man-in-the-middle attacks. Security mechanism is a place where it is intended to prevent unauthorized use for the user to the communication path. But there are weakness in this mechanism. So for that to improving, we can use a spot checks on the system to go beyond the current paper chase approach to validate the CIP compliances. We have to acknowledge the attackers and the malware will find around the current outer wall based network defenses, instituting a less perimeter defense oriented approach to security control with guidance and the use of DMZ between the internal network. So these are all some of the possible points that could be incorporated in improving the cyber security methodology. Thank you, students.